Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to a Requiem in London. And this particular scene, Julian has been laying low at a Ordo location due to the unfortunate events that happened at his home. That has not only caused the destruction of his own life, but the destruction of many other people who weren't ready for him, nor was he ready to kill them as well. But the beast is not a creature of remorse. It is a creature of survival. But Julian is, as he's been just sitting there contemplating over the days about what he should be doing, what he can be doing, what not only the Ordo but the court and even the city would see him now, let alone the people he cares most, his family. There is a million and one questions, and a lot of the answers aren't good.
Marcus, who Julian hasn't seen Marcus for a few nights. Not quite a handful, but more than one. And he's received a message from Julian to meet him at a place and that he wishes to discuss things. And oh boy, aren't there a lot of things to discuss. So without much theatre or fanfare, Marcus gently knocks before he slips into the parlor area of an undisclosed location. Hey man, it's me. I'm here.
Hey, Marcus.
Hello, Julian. Boy, haven't I got a lot to hear, and haven't we got words to change?
Nods. Oh, you see him look. His body is still battered, and he does not look well. You see him actively going in a nervous or irritated gesture, seems to be scratching at the table, or not the table, but at the area that he's sitting. He's apparently doing it so frequently. Not only did you notice there was a noise going about, there is a small little marks of showing up because he's doing it so quickly, so constantly.
You're physically okay, dude?
I'm very hungry.
You know what? I'll go and
No,
So hungry that you would drain someone, or only so hungry that you could stop yourself if I organized some feeding for you?
He shakes his head. It's not safe right now. Just gonna wait this out.
Hmm.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. Damn. Had I known, I could have organized at least, the odd animal or two.
No, it's fine. Just
I mean, if it's desperate, I'm not a fan of offering it, but if
no,
it's desperate, you can have some of my vitae.
no.
Good.
The fact that you showed up has shown more than anybody's done these past 2 days.
I won't lie, man. What I've been hearing is bad, real bad. But you want a cigarette?
No.
Okay. Right. I've got the feeling we should talk.
Let's talk.
Because, yeah. Okay. Okay. So a few nights back, the Archon let send for me.
I'm assuming it was Baneforth.
It was. Yeah. He wanted a report.
I'm sure he wants a crusade for my head now.
I won't lie, man. He said if he sees you the next time in court, he'll take your head. And I'm pretty sure that he wasn't being all, just dramatic about it. Well, he was dramatic about it, but I'm pretty sure he means what he says. And yeah, so that's that. But that's for the people you killed. It was a fucking massacre. Let's not pussyfoot around
I was
the
there. I
thing.
saw it, Marcus.
Anyway, as after I gave my report, Baneforth has offered me to do a face swap with a corpse, so that my body would be found, some days later in the Thames, that kind of thing. But yeah, Baneforth is so goddamn pissed. Even if I would have asked for it, there is no way he would have given you the same offer. But I also had to find out that this isn't the first time that shit hit the fan, that a lot of people had to die, and that it seems, and this is also the reason why I reacted to your SMS in the first place. I also want to hear your part of the story. That there was a stealth mission with Alley Cat, and that you went all how did the kids say? You went Leroy Jenkins on them? But I would want to hear your words on it before I make any further decisions.
We had different intentions on that mission, which she was not clear about, which I'm pretty sure she avoided saying.
Mm-hmm.
We went there, we spied on Gibbs and his associates of people moving and selling Violet. Once I captured a man, tried interrogating him, and I heard his friends come by. I tried to move him to another building without being noticed. They saw me. Her response, since she was feeling that this was a complete recon mission, was just to leave the man and run away. But I didn't have enough time to put on my mask, so they saw me. They were all mortals. They were criminals and moving around an illegal drug that has been destroying people's lives that I've been spending months developing a weaning method for. I felt it was the best time of anything, since they were alone and isolated, just to get rid of all the grunts and then leave Gibbs alive to interrogate.
Mm-hmm.
They stabbed and shot me for over 5 minutes. I did not notice it, but it was enough to disrupt my concentration. I was trying to contact my beast. So by the time I was able to properly control it, they were afraid of me because no man survives getting shot at with a revolver and getting stabbed several times and not
Yeah.
annoyed.
Okay. That makes sense. That figures. Okay. Can't fault you for that.
So,
If I understood correctly, however, this led to footage of, yeah,
I wasn't.
of your face being known, and I only heard this way after the fact. I wasn't aware of what had happened there, and until I was told later. But weren't you aware that the police were after you?
No, Not exactly. The police
Hmm.
didn't see me that night, though they were coming. If the police hadn't came, I would have hunted down all those men. They're easy to send out. Their fear was all over them. And
Hmm.
then months ago, when we dealt with the attack on that childer, remember? The police came.
Yes, yes, yes.
I wasn't able to get away, and my image showed up on the news that night when I was dragging that body out.
Oh, so it wasn't because of that. It was because uh,
I stayed low for several weeks and waited for any type of interview or action since I was suspicious of murderous activities. Nobody ever came. I informed the Ordo about it. I assumed they would have done something. But since nobody came, I assumed that was the case.
hmm, hmm, yeah. That assumption, that assumption is the one that, yeah. Okay, okay. Uh-huh. You assumed the order had taken care of that. That's why you felt emboldened, and then the only thing it took was a goddamn drive-by on your sister, and I'm I'm sorry to hear what happened. But yeah, because as far as I'd been concerned, I was staying awake just in case there were any, I don't know, funny case of either vampire hunters or just some thugs being around. I wasn't expecting the goddamn police to show up.
Likewise, the fact, and I wouldn't doubt those people that live told the Invictus about it. And then what they do? Just get a random hitman to attack my sister. I'm already considered for illegal activities. I've been fighting to gain control of the company. They have a motive for me to try to kill my own sister, which of course my response would be,
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh. Please continue.
which I have never wanted to hurt my sister. I've been annoyed with her as we grew up. I don't necessarily like everything that she does, but what she does well, and she always typically means well.
Yeah, that was a question that Baneforth brought up. Did I think that you had ordered the hit on your sister? And I told him categorically, no.
See, what they don't understand is, as he kind of waves around at himself, if I wasn't here, she would be. I didn't get chosen to be a vampire because I wanted it so bad. I chose it to save her. I chose it because that's what my father wanted me to do, so she wouldn't have to. Because Brisby easily, or Thistle easily could have ghouled her or turned her first. She is older. She is her. She is the actual biological daughter of Mr. Goodman. I am the adopted son that he found on the street. I was disposable, despite both of their love for me. I was a more reasonable choice because my father wanted to make sure that Cynthia would be fine. She could live a normal life. That's why my father never allowed himself to be turned. And Thistle was kind enough to never turn him, but she needed an heir.
Hmm.
She,
And you were the disposable pawn.
disposable but light pawn.
Yeah. Oh,
And I owed her
man.
everything. I didn't feel bad doing it. I accepted it with pride. That even though I was disposable, they always said that I was still worthy of it.
Marcus just rubs his temples. Just goes like, ah. and now I feel a bit ashamed that I thought what I thought on the way here. But I also thought that he helped me out. He was straight with me so far. He deserves to be heard. Fuck, man. I don't really know how to help you.
There is
I'd
no help.
love to, but I don't think that all the dominate in the world could persuade
Not in the amount of time that's taken.
Baneforth.
I don't care about Baneforth. I will deal with him. Much. I'm worried about what's going to happen to my sister, my father.
Family.
What happened if they just want to push it even further and just kill her off, and try to put a dummy in charge of my company? Not my company, my family's company. My father is rolling around almost 2 centuries, and he's been slowly dying because he wants me to take the last of his blood before he passes.
2 cent. Huh? Wait, is he some
He's a ghoul.
supernatural being? Oh. Oh. Oh, man.
That's that's why he was able to still have a child.
Hmm. As far as Baneforth is concerned, I just really don't know what to do with that. Okay, now I just feel guilty that I felt horribly mad at you because I thought that you'd been sloppy, that you had thrown caution to the wind and weren't giving that much of a fuck on who was getting caught in the fucking crosshairs. Of course, there's always more than one side to a story. He he just sort of face palms and
I'm not like Baneforth, where I'm socially manipulating people, or Alley Cat, where I feel that she is nearly paranoid in all of her actions. When I do something, I do it. I do try to take precautions. As like I said, I could have been more careful with those gang members and made sure I wore my mask, but I was planning on killing them and they got away. So,
yeah.
still sloppily, I still failed in controlling myself. I have never lost control in the near decade or so I've been in this condition. I've only ever lost control that day.
Mm.
And the one time that I do, my whole life gets torn apart.
There, at the corners of Marcus's eyes, there are dots of red.
And even if I live through this, even if we destroy the enemies that have been doing this to me and to the city, what do I have? I have nothing. Don't even know if the order won't just sit me kill me for my incompetence, what they have every right to do, or simply kick me out of the city. And even if they were to keep me around, I said, I'm a murderer to my sister, and I'm a murderer to my father. I'm not in the kind that they can respect. Those people didn't have to die, and I didn't want them to. But the beast knew that was the easier and simple solution. We discussed it in our head. We discussed it for several moments of time. And what it wanted was survival. And it may even understood my plight, but it's not what it is.
It is a dumb beast at times. And it wants its goddamn way. Tears are running down as Marcus, well, bloody tears are running down as Marcus is wiping it away. So, pardon, Sorry. Just, ugh.
So I'm waiting for my judgment and see where I can go from there.
There is something else I was told. Something that I don't even know if I should mention it here. I don't even know if this place isn't bugged.
I'm assuming we're involved. At least a part of us are, right? No way people are making drugs and super soldiers without our help.
I was given information on that. Who, why, how. From Baneforth of all. Oh, from someone I know. And Marcus just starts looking around the place. If it's bugged or, I'd love to tell you, but
Yeah, not here.
have to be careful. I mean, we don't have a storyteller here. I would suspect that. Okay, and Marcus just goes, Julian, have you checked this place?
No, not specifically. It's supposed to be safe for me.
Mm-hmm. Has this place got a shower?
He points over to a corner. It's a very, very basic shower. No real pleasantries in it.
Is it in a small separate room to the rest of the small flat?
No, it's just it's an area with a curtain.
Mm. And then Marcus has an idea, and he starts sitting down and writing something in his notebook feverishly over several pages. It'll take a good few minutes.
Julian won't just take notice, but they're still very sullen, still looking very tired. He said, still scratching at the bed.
Marcus, after a while, produces his Bowie knife and cleanly cuts the pages out, folds them once, and goes, hmm. 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 I like to just tell you, but I don't know if that would be the wisest thing to do. Let's just say it's a delicate matter. What I heard. It's not that I don't trust you. It is more that I don't trust what the others might do to you when I'm not around. That they might try to extract information out of you, against your will, of course. It's a difficult one. But one thing I can say, I mean, we've already been seeing it, the drums of war beating. They might be intensifying sooner than later. There might even be a coalition going on, at least two coalitions. One, in order to stop what is happening. And yes, relating to what you were looking into. Another one that wants to stop it once and for all. Saddest thing is, he who is pushing for it to stop is seeking a similar goal to you, but he doesn't see you as an ally.
Well, apparently no one does.
I don't hate you, dude. Frankly, from what I'm hearing, fuck, that's messed up. No, nobody should be forced to do something like that. And hey, I've made mistakes in my past as well, so I'm not going to be the sanctimonious asshole who says, "Oh, but you should have this and you should have that." Ah,
All the work I've done for this city, for the Ordo, people just see me as some wild animal. I took this coil so I wouldn't be.
Marcus slowly approaches Julian. How is Julian reacting to that?
He is kind of moving himself a little bit further away from Marcus.
Marcus moves back. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm hungry and I'd rather just not risk it.
Hmm. Hmm. It's not the nice way, but needs must. I'll see if I can direct some animals to your direction, to this place. I'll
Thank
try. I'm no fucking expert in
No,
that.
I should have thought of that. I can do it.
Hmm. Something that is making me curious. Wait, no. I remember. I remember you mentioned it once offhand that you'd be focusing so much, and that's the reason why you haven't developed your protean to the level that you probably could have. Do
Oh,
I assume correctly?
you do? I would have used it that day if I could have. Protein has
Yeah.
many uses. I wanted to master myself before I mastered my body. It seems I was mistaken.
I hate feeling so impotent.
I'm sorry that I put you in this position, Marcus.
For what it's worth, I don't think that you deserved any of the shit that came your direction.
Well, tell that to our enemies.
Ugh. Put it that way. Of course, I'm in the shit in as far that my face is associated with yours. So that's one thing, and if Baneforth is able to pull off what he does, that might not be a problem. But yeah,
But what will he want?
one way or the other, Marcus Irons will have to die. At least, the human one, the one on the records.
I'm sorry about that. You had a daughter. That's gonna be difficult.
Daughter, 2 sons. They still live, but far away from here. But the sad truth is, I've had to face the fact that sooner or later, Marcus Irons would have to die. I was just sort of hoping that could be in 10 or 15 years, a certain margin of error when it comes to how people look, especially when they're in their middle age. But it was going to happen one way. I just didn't expect it to come that soon.
I never would have wanted to die like this. I'm sorry.
Marcus looks at Julian. It's almost as if Marcus wants to be angry at Julian, but he can't. There is more an expression of pity on his face. Nah, we've both got the short end of the stick. You even shorter than I. Yeah. But what you did to the people and what the consequences will be, that you'll have to square with whatever deity you might or might not believe in. But that's between you and that entity. I've got enough hatred burning in my chest. I've got already enough anger with the wrongs that were done to me. Just already the others, and you, of all, helped me when I needed it. I can't see of a way of helping you without risking my existence a good deal worse. And as harsh as it sounds, I've got 2 other mates I have to think of.
No, I understand.
So, in that sense, I ask you to forgive me that I can't be more proactive. At least I can't think of a way currently. But I forgive you. For the trouble you brought down on me as well.
Thank you, Marcus.
And at this point, it is that the bloody tears that Marcus was halfway keeping back just seep into the handkerchief. Good thing my kids can't see me like this. Good that my old mates can't see me like this. I used to think of myself as a real tough guy. And the weeping stops.
He, Julian will stand and put a hand, or not put a hand. He will stand and not in a mocking gesture, but in a respectful gesture, he will salute to you, Marcus. If I don't see you again, I tell you this: you're one of the only friends I've ever had, and I respect what you did for me.
Marcus straights up and gives you a very clean military salute, an earnest expression on his face. He doesn't seem to be doing it in a mocking way. At which, yeah, then he puts it down. You are a friend of mine. If I can think of a way to help you, I will. If I can find a way to convince Joshua to stay his hand, I'll try. But yeah. What I wanted to say before, it's know this. There are kindred who know what's going on the light side for a change, and things will happen. And as far as the evil deeds of others who I'll just not speak of right now, they won't be forever. As we know, nothing is forever, and change has to have a purpose. And let's just say the change that is coming, it'll have a whole lot of purpose. So not everything that you have done is in vain.
He nods to that.
This is... I'll do what I can.
You should make sure your people are protected now. If this blows over, and if you still want to stick around, we're still the Bronze Dragons, right?
We're trying to fight for what's good.
He nods to that.
And Mr. Goodman, for the case that I might not go through, and through some wonder you find yourself continuing in the night. Fuck it, Julian. I'm glad that I can count you as a friend of mine. Under other circumstances, yeah, I would have more than happily put a gun in your hands, some Kevlar vest thing, and gone into the bowels of hell, but I've got people I have to look out for. I'll see that they're put safe, but yeah. Anyway, I've said enough, and he gives you another salute. Was an honor serving with you, sir, and I wouldn't give that to any civilian.
Thank you. It was also an honor.
Yeah. Should, and he makes a suggestion to his face, should that go through and I can move more easily, I'll promise that I'll have a quick look at your sister and let's just say act accordingly. Should I get the chance?
He nods to that. Thank you.
Marcus will start taking his hat, putting it on again, closing his jacket, putting up the collar, and is obviously gathering his stuff to leave. Where to? He hasn't said.
And with that, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Have a good morning, evening, or afternoon.